Hi everyone, welcome to my video number 12. In this video I'll talk on another loop statement, which is for loops. So what is the difference between this for loop? We have do while loops and we have while loops. What's the difference? So basically the standard form of the for loops, just look at your notes. Okay, this is the standard form of for loops. We have this is the variable. We give the initial value to the variable somewhere there, or we can give the initial value here, and then we check for the condition. So here we need to put the condition and then increment of the variable. If the test condition is satisfied, if the test condition is satisfied, then the body of loops will be execute. If not, if this test condition is failed, then the C will go out of that loop. Okay, let's see. Of course there's some explanation, just as what I explained just now. Okay, look at this example, right? Look at this example. Now here we declare I as an integer. We give the value, the initial value, to I, alright, and we put the condition I less than 3. So with this value I equal to 0, 0 is less than 3, which is true. So it do this loop. So it will print hello. Okay, print hello. Then having done that, we increase I by 1. Increase I by 1. Okay, so now I is 1. 1 less than 3, which is true. Print that. So print twice already. Then increase another I. Alright, so we have 1 plus 1. Now I is 2. Alright, then I is 2. Check for the condition, which is true. 2 less than 3, true. Then it do this again. Print hello for the third times, right? And then increase I. 2 plus 1 is 3, so 3 less than 3, which is not true. Well, so once the condition is false, it goes out of that loops. Alright, so in this case the hello will be printed 3 times. You can see here 3 times. So that's the output. Okay, another example is here. So what we do here, print I. Okay, consider the following segment program. So in this process, what do we do? So first, look at the general form of for first. Look at the general form of for. So we have for, we put in the brackets, at the end without bracket, without semicolon. Here we have initial value, here we have condition, and here we have increment of the initial value. So, and in between we put it semicolon. In between you put it semicolon. Now for this particular example, if I equal to 0, for I equal to 0, so now the value of I is 0. 0 is less than equal to 10, which is true. So it prints I. Okay, it prints I, which is the value of I is 0. Now print 0. So the output is, you can write the output there. The output is 0. Okay, then you check the program again. increase I is 0 plus 1 is 1. Alright, 0 plus 1 is 1. Then check 1 less than 10, true. Less than equal 10, true. So print that. So now I is equal 1. So you print here. Okay, print here. Then check again. Check again. I 1 plus 1, you got 2. Check for the condition. 2 less than 10, true. Then print I. The value of I is 2. So we print I. I is 2. Okay. And then increase I by 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. Check for the condition 3 less than 10, true. Then print I, which is 3. So print I. That. Okay. And then increase I by 1. You got 4. 4 less than 10, true. Then the process continue. So this process continue until you got, let's say you got 9. Okay. Now 9. The value of I is 9. 9 plus 1, you got 10. Check 10 less than equal to 10. Yes. Yeah, 10 less than equal to 10. Yes. Because we have equality there. So print I. The value of I is 10. So you have 10 here. Alright. And then increase I by 1. 10 plus 1, you got 11. Check for the condition. 11 less than 10, not true. So once this is not true, it goes out of that loop. So between those braces, just go out, is print that. So next line is, next print is the next line. So next, if you have another process, it will print out here because of that n. So in this case, how many times? It prints 11 times, right? 11, yeah, from 0 to 10. We have another example here, so I think it's not difficult, you can see. So for this all 4 statement, you can see the example here. This example. This is another way of using 4 statement. We have 2 conditions to satisfy, and the priority is still as we have discussed earlier. If we have n, which means both conditions must be satisfied. If you have 4, if you have or, then if only one condition satisfied, true, then it will do the loop. So in this case, we need 2 conditions must be satisfied. Okay. Here we have I less than 20, I equal to 1, I less than 20, which is true, and sum less than 10. Sum less than 10. So our sum is 0. So 0 less than 10, which is true. So both condition is true. Then we will do this. Sum is 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. Prints sum and I. So the value of sum is 2. The value of I is what? 1. Okay. Then it goes up. When you see this bracket here, it will increase I by 1. Right? Increase I by 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Remember your sum is 2. So I 2 less than 20 is correct, and sum, which is 2 less than 10, which is also correct. So do this. So sum 2 plus 2 got 4. Now the value of sum now 4. So print sum and I. Your sum is 4. Your I is 2. I think better we do like this. So we have we need I and sum. So we need I and we need sum. Okay, now when it goes here, the sum value is 0, I is 1. So this is I, this is I, this is sum. So the value of I is 1, sum is 0. Okay, then print here. Print what? Print sum and I. Okay, I put it here. Now, when I equal to 1, so for the first condition is true, second condition is true because sum is 0, then sum plus 2. So 0 plus 2 is 2. So we have 0 plus 2, we add up to 2, so we got sum equal to 2. And then we print sum and I. So we print sum and I. So the value of sum here is 2, the value of I is 1. Okay, and then the compiler will meet with that, C will meet with that, so it goes up, increase I by 1. Increase I by 1, so we have I is, you can put here, I is 2. Okay, then do the sum, do the check. 2 less than 20, true. Sum, which is 2 less than 10, which is true. Then add sum. So 2 plus 2 become 4. So we have sum is 4. Okay, and then print the value sum and I. So print it here. We have 4, I 2. Okay, and then we increase I is 3. Increase I is 3. That's I. Okay, then we check I, which is 3 less than 20, correct, and sum, your sum is 4 less than 10, which is correct. So add sum. So sum, we have 4 plus 2 is 6. Alright, and then we print sum and I. So print sum and I. Our value of sum is 6, value of I is 3. And then, alright, and then we increase I. We increase I is 4. Now I is 4. Okay, then do the check. 4 less than 20, true. Sum, which is 6 less than 10, true. And then do this sum plus 2. So sum 6 plus 2 is 8. Okay, and then next, having done that, print the value of sum and I. So it prints sum is 8, I 4. So sum 8, I 4. Okay, and then increase the value of I. 4 plus 1 is 5, so I is 5. Then do the checking. 5 less than 20, correct. Sum, which is 8 less than 10, correct. And do add the value sum to 2. So we have 8 plus 2, so 10. And then print the value of sum and I. So print the value of sum and I. Your value sum is 10, I is 5. So we print it here, 10 and 5. And then we increase the value I. So 5 plus 1, you got 6. 6 less than 20, true. And sum, which is 10. 10 less than 10, which is not true. So once this is not true, because we have n here, then the whole segment is false. Yeah, the whole segment is false. Then it goes out of that for loops. The whatever statement following the for loops will be executed after that. So your output is this is your output. Okay, in that form. this is your working process. Okay, now this is the, if you want to see the difference, yeah, between for we have while and do while. Look at, you can see the difference. In this case, for we have the initial condition given inside those brackets. We have the condition inside the bracket and the increment. Okay, so in this case, what C is doing is we give the value, initial value to n, check for the condition, do the process, and then increase n by 1, do the checking, true, then do the process, then increase by 1, then check, true, then do the process, until the condition is false, it goes out. Okay, now for the case of while, you can see in this case the initial value is given outside the while loop. The initial condition is given outside the while loop, and then check for the condition, and last process at the end of the loop, we increase the value. Okay, so the process continue, as we all know that the condition will be checked until it's false and then going out of that loops. Okay, now for the do loops, you can see here the condition is given, initial value is given outside the do loop, do or whatever the process, increase n, and then check. So you can see in this case, in do while loop, the process, the condition is checked at the last stage, whereas for while loop, the condition is checked first. Same as for the for, the condition is checked first, then loop. In this case, for do while, do the process first, then check the condition, and continues. Okay. Here another example for loops. In this case, can you work out this as I did just now when we add up to the sum? You can do this. Let me guide you. So we need what we need. We need sum. We need the value of I. We need sum, and we need square of sum. So what does this mean? I don't want to write this in the quite long name of variable. I just put SOS. Okay, so sum of squares. This means that, okay, this line, yeah, this line, just that line. This means that sum of squares equal to sum of squares plus I squared. I times I. That means I squared. Now, okay. So how to do the working process here? So we need I, we need sum, and we need sum of square. You need I square as well. So if you want to do this, you have to write I. What else? We need sum. We need sum, and then we need I squared. Then we need sum of square. So this is your working process. Then go to your programming, check that sum is 0, sum of square is 0, I is 0. So that's an initial value. So you put there, so I is 0, sum is 0, I squared, of course, I is 0, 0 squared is 0, source, sum of square. Not yet here, we don't do yet. Okay, this is for I and sum. Look at here, I and sum. Just sum of squared. Oh, this is the initial value, we already have that one. So we have here 0. Okay, here we don't calculate yet. Now we check for the condition for I equal to 0 true. I mean, this is the initial value, I equal to 0, I less than 30, so 0 less than 30 true. Then we do the sum is equal to sum plus I, sum equal to sum plus I. Sum initial value is 0 plus I, which is 0, so sum give you 0. So this is inside, so you got sum is 0. And then you do that, sum square root of I, I mean square of I, so you got 0. So we have for the first line, that's the 0, 0, 0 here, you got I square, you got 0. And then check, increase I by 2. Here in this case we increase I by 2, so 0 plus 2 is 2. Okay, 0 plus 2 is 2. Then 2 is less than 30. Sum, you have sum is 0, 0 plus I, which is 2, you got 2. So now the value of I is 2, sum 0 plus 2 is 2, I squared you have 4, then sum of squared, 0 plus 4 is 4. And the process continue, you do the rest. Alright, so that's it for the 4 loops. Now we also have what we call as a nested for loops. What does nested means? Nested means we have loops inside loops inside loops. So that's what we call loop. Look at this general form. Look at the general form of loops. So we can have, this is the first 4 loops here up to there. Okay, that up to there. So that's the, we call it outer loop or loop for I. That loop for I. And then we have inside that or inner loop, we have loop for J. Can we have more? Yes, we can have more. You can put here another 4. Let's say K equal to something, increase K, and then put bracket, so that if you want to have 3 loops. In this case, we have 2 loops, outer, inner loop. Okay, so what we do in this case, first give the value I, then do the check for I, and then do whatever there, and then give the value J, check with the J equal to 5 or not. If it not, then go out of that, and then increase J by 1, check. So you got J equal to 2, 2 equal to 5, see not true, go out of that, and then add another one until you got J equal to 5, and do whatever here. Having done that, it goes up to 4. Increase I by 1, and then do the process again. Okay. Now this is the example. So you can see the difference between the previous case. We just use 1 loop. We have 3 hello, In this case, we have 6 hello but written in 3 lines. Why is that? You can see here, for J, it prints hello, J equal to 0, J equal to 1, so hello, hello. When go out of J loop, it prints next line. So it prints next line. And then enter the J loop, increase the I, and then enter J loop, again prints hello, hello, until you have, at the end you have the output that. Okay. Of course, you can change the while loop to the for loops, or from for loops to while loops. You can always do that. That are those example. How do we change from for to while to for? I think you can study those things. And remember that this increment, alright, that it's not necessarily increment. We can also use decrement. In this case, for x equal to 12 greater than 7, then decrease x by 2. We can also do that. So the checking process is just the same. Okay. In this case, we print the multiplication of a table, multiplication table. 1, 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 3, 6. This is table for multiplication by 1, by 2, by 3, by 4. Right? 2 by 1, 2 by 2, 2 by 4, 2 by 12. 3 by 1, 3 by 2, and so on. 4 by 1, and so on. Up to 10. Okay, so that's the part of the program to evaluate or to fill in the times table. You have row 1 to 12, so means we have row 1, 2, 3 up to 12. We have column to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 10. Okay, so the rest you can just try to run out by yourself. Row for the first, when row is 1, column is 1, that then 1 by 1 you got 1, prints what y is. So this is the printed value, the value of y. And then increase, column is 2, so it goes here. 1 by 2 is 2, you got that. Next, increase column by 1, 3, it goes. So it prints out that way until 10. Then you have this n, print n, it goes to the next line, and then increase row equal to 2, then column 1, 2 by 1, you got 2, so that 2. Then next you have increase column by 2, 2 by 2, you got 4, so you got 4, and so on to the end. Okay, so for now I have explained to you the use of for loops and the nested for. We can have inside for that if statement. We can also have loops, for loops inside the if statement. So it's depend on our problem. Okay, so I think I stop here for now. Then we will continue to the video number 13. So bye bye.